Somehow we'll soon make a change.
We are all part of God's great big family, and it's true. You know, love's all we need. We are the children. We are the ones.
Alright, that song was We Are the World of 25 from Haiti. This song includes over 80 artists coming together in 14 hours of recording to raise money for the relief efforts in Haiti. As you saw the last clip, a scene of Michael Jackson, the song was originally written by him and Lionel Richie in 1985 and included 45 artists at that time to give money to the African famine relief. And 25 years later, to this date, it's been revised for the new generation with current popular artists. According to the New York Times today, the death toll in Haiti is over 200,000 people, and the damages could range from anywhere from $7.2 billion to $13.2 billion. I will be talking about why you guys at SPU should join the 37.5 Project to grow in your faith and to give to others in need in the community and around the world. At any moment, there are numerous people in need in the neighborhood, in the city of Seattle, and in the world. As college students who are short on money, as I can say, time is the most valuable thing that we can give. 100% of you stated that you knew about the disaster in Haiti and you're aware of the need for the homeless population in Seattle. And although there are only 41% in the class who were able to give with the resources, 100% of the class indicated that if they had the money or resources, they would freely give to the cause that they believe in. All of you in the class also noted that SPU should not require people to attend worship events. As a college university, there should be an accountability and responsibility to uphold faith growing and regular attendance of the worship events that are offered on campus. Although SPU doesn't require attendance for worship events, there are other Christian colleges that do. According to the website, Northwestern University in Kirkland requires students to attend chapel, which is held 3 times a week. SPU is no stranger to this. It was just 4 years ago that SPU did have a requirement, as some of you guys remember, that a requirement of attended worship events. This was in the form of the CFE, or Christian Faith Exploration, which is a dreaded 3 words for the student who is going through finals week and realizing that they have to fill out this requirement and haven't had time to attend worship events or volunteer. I have a story of when I was in the library, and it was the deadline to turn in applications or to submit it through Banner, and one person yelled in Reader, actually, that CFE's due in 30 minutes. So everyone scurried to their computers, scurried to the library, only to find out that it was closed, and waited in line at the computers in Reader, and filled out this requirement. Now, I will honestly say that I did not do the volunteer service and did only attend some of the events. At this time, we were required to attend 10 worship events and do 5 hours of community service. So in that last 30 minutes to scramble, I wrote down that I went to group more times than I did, and that I volunteered 5 more hours than I actually did. It was required for registering for classes and even for graduating. It was a determinant for seniors who didn't have filled it out and they had back order of it, so they had to really fill it out. Through this, of other stories, people screaming and kind of fudging the truth, the university decided to change the program in 2007 and started a new program of giving students the option of going to service and rewarding them to do that. The 37.5 Project was a university's solution to this problem, and it balanced the requirement of going to worship events and having a small group. It was created by the Office of University Ministries. It's a way to encourage students to participate in worship events in small groups, but without the requirement of the necessity, and a great way to reward students in an honorable way consistent with the university's mission of engaging the culture and changing the world. According to their website, Matthew Koenig, the coordinator of the project, says the 37.5 Project is our attempt to give students a simple, positive structure through which they can bring balance to their busy lives. The 37.5 Project inspires leading in small discipleship groups, worshiping regularly with their community, and connecting to organizations doing God's work in the world. The way it works is simple. The 37.5 Project includes three things. First, the number 3 is a minimum of 3 SPU students in a group. And the 7 is each member of the group attends at least 7 SPU events per quarter, maybe chapel, group, communion, or gospel. Then the 5 is meeting 5 times for discussion, encouragement, or study throughout the quarter. So that's once every 2 weeks. Throughout the quarter, the groups meet and find a way to raise money, and then the 37.5 will match it up to $100. At the end of the quarter, the group simply fills out an application that can be turned into the university ministry's office and picks a nonprofit of their choice to give to. A lot of people this time are giving to Haiti, and numerous people have given to the New Horizons ministry in Seattle. It's a great way to get students involved, to be a part of the community, and allows them to freely attend events without being forced to or required to. With the project over the 3 years, over 100 groups have participated, donating over $35,000 to more than 75 organizations of their choice. I've been a part of a small group, coming out with everlasting friends, most of them who I live with now. And it was this quarter that we decided to do the 37.5 project. We've been meeting regularly and going to worship events regularly, all scattered throughout the 7 of us. And through this, we've learned to bond together, and we have come to get into our lives deeper instead of just a surface level. Even though we live together, through meeting regularly every week, we get to know how everyone's week was going and just how everyone's doing in general. And it's a great way to get to do that. Imagine how something small like meeting with your friends once every 2 weeks and getting up early on Tuesday morning to go to chapel can make a huge difference and can drastically change a person's life across the world. Something small that we take for granted will be a life-defining moment. This is a great way to get involved with the community, to make friends, and to give anything that you can at that point. All you do is simply raise money, and the project will match it. Don't let this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to essentially give away someone else's money pass you by. College is the only time that this kind of program will be offered to you. And as college students, we don't have hundreds of dollars lying around to give to something we believe in. So I ask you to join this project so we can give enormous amounts of money to help the homeless population. Applications are due March 12th. It's not too late to gather a group, or to gather a small group, or to create or to get an existing small group that you're already part of, and apply for the winter or spring quarter. Again, you don't need over 80 popular musicians to come together in a recording session for over 14 hours to make a difference. You just need a couple of friends, some time,